Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do green screening with the Chroma key here. Um, First off, probably like two of the most important things before anything is when you're filming. Um, Green screening is really important to have really good lighting so that the less shadows the better, because you want it to be just all the same shade of green. Also, the other thing is to make sure and plan any clothing or anything that you want to be seen to not be the same shade of green that you're going to be using for your backdrop. Um, so I'll show you in this film how there's, let's turn this sound off for a second. There's shadows down here in these corners here, and then also between these different pieces it changes. So when you do that, you probably want to use the chroma key first before you edit things together. So now to start with this, we go up to our effects. It's our video filters, key, and then chroma key here. Now over here, you can do this a couple of different ways. There's numeric, which probably isn't as good. You can do different things with it, but I think it's a lot easier to do it with the visual. You can mess with the slider to change what all you want, but I think it's even easier to select color with this dropper. So you just click this, you select a color, and then it takes all of that particular shade of green. So now we want to get the other shades because the lighting isn't quite as good. So we click the dropper again, and then we hold shift, and we click another color, and it takes more of it out. We can adjust this with the slider to just widen it like so. You have more just greens like this, but that still won't get all of it because then we just need to change the luma a little bit. You just mess with these different sliders until you can get it as much down as possible. Bring up the edge thin. Soften the edges just a little bit. And then we want to enhance a little bit. And then you just want to keep messing with these until you can get almost all of the green out of here. And then you want to check because in these different images, with this example I'm showing you, since it's cut differently and there's a little bit different shadows in each one, you need to check and make sure that you got everything. This isn't the best example to use for this, but at the same time it can show all the problems that you can come into when using it. Go with that a little bit. See, and if we move this down a little bit, because his clothing is green, is just a little bit green here, we begin to lose his shirt. This one, all we need to do, it should just be to bring the lumen up. There. It's a little bit off. So if we go ahead and render it, you'll be able to see that when making this, that there's a few different pieces of clothing that are off, and then in some spots you even want to be careful of some clothing, like anything that might be reflective, like white clothing. In one spot, there's a girl that has a white belt, and there's green that's reflecting off of it, and that cuts off some of that.
Yeah, and if any of you are thinking of getting into the program, we have a green screen in the production space, and it is super important to light it correctly, and to wear the right clothes. It'll make your work so much easier if it's already just contrasting. Yeah, don't wear that. As well.
So,
Unless you want your body to be secure.
That would be kind of cool, actually. Like a hovering head, like just have like a zipper.
All right.
you can, and you can use some other techniques, like if you're green screening a person, like for a news station or something, it's just sitting there, standing still. You can actually use the crop tool, or like the 4-point mask, to actually cut down that area, so you don't have to worry about what's on the outskirts or anything. You only have to worry about what's immediately around your subject. But then it gets a lot more difficult where there's action like this. Oops. So then we get this. No, this was actually just a random thing that people shot. So then if we take off the chroma key here and we go back, you can actually tell exactly which parts, like right here, where her belt's reflecting green, that disappeared. This girl's stripes on her shirt.
And the cool thing is you can change the backgrounds, put them wherever you want them all of a sudden. And they could switch places. They could be in a park all of a sudden. They could be on the subway, or they could be in.
So yeah, like for each one of these like dancers, you could have a completely different background. Like you can do whatever you want with them, put them anywhere. So that's the great thing about green screening, and that's pretty much it.